Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Isaac Umbras, and today we are back in Enthusia Professional Racing. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, we are in for a treat. We have the Opel Astra DTM race car in its 24-hour of the Nordschleife configuration, a 2003 version as well, with the updated aerodynamics. You can see the additional front splitters, the additional front canards. Absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to be racing around a whole lot of tracks. Welcome, Wolf. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be doing some real circuit racing. A first race, a race at Lowenseering, a fictional racing circuit in Enthusia Professional Racing that looks like a kitty cat. I love this track. It's a lot of great corners and looks like a cat. What is there not to love? Even had the backwards Radeon as well. Ford Shelby GT, welcome. The game is really quiet. Let me adjust that. I was expecting the game to be a little bit louder. There we go. There we go, that's better. How'd I feel about the Vergassian furnace drawing? Honestly, it was pretty good. The biggest thing I think is it's pretty solid. I think the front of the car is just the slightest bit squished, but that could be the perspective it's at as well. It's hard to kind of portray 3D depth in a 2D drawing sometimes. But it's honestly, I think it's quite nice. I like it. Good job on that one. Oh, okay, little bit squirrely in here. I wanna join your Discord. Maybe. If you wanna DM me the link, I might. I'll talk to you about joining it after the stream. Alright, off to a good start here. Right, no first gear. No first gear, keep it in second. We have a very angry Honda NSX, the JGTC car behind us. Oh, and it's gonna be trying to pass her on the outside. Hug the inside, defend the apex of the corner. There we go, we've killed their momentum, we've held the lead. Oh, but they had the better aero. We have 2 more cylinders, though. We are about equal in horsepower. The Opel Astra V8 makes around 460 horsepower. The Honda NSX JGTC makes around 470, 480 horsepower. They're about just shy of 500 horsepower for both cars. Some of the fastest GT and touring cars from Germany and Japan. And we have another NSX trying to sneak up the inside. My drawing of the computer, it's got the front view get a bit weird. It still looks nice though, like if you look at it, you can definitely tell it's, you know, the Infernus. Oh! I was making a Inferno in my garage until I saw this shoe. Oh, nice! Do you have the, right, no, you don't have the, you don't have the, wait, what? You were making a Inferno in your garage. Is this like a mod, or is this, like a different game where you can have, like, the Plymouth? Oh, okay, we're keeping pace through the ears of the kitty cat. Oh, it's the game. What game is it? Alright, the NSX has slightly better brakes than the Opel. But it's a lot like my Sumaka. Well, what game is it? Is it, there's the Canadian... It's My Garage. Oh, that's the name of the game, My Garage. Oh. I was like, oh, what's the name of the game? What's the name of the game? You're like, oh, I'm building it in my garage. Oh, cool. So your garage in what game? My garage. I'm sorry. That makes sense now. So the game is called My Garage. I have to check that out. I know I've been told to eventually stream the Canadian version of My Summer Car, and I may do that at one point. But it's like Munbozu, Munbazo, or something like that. Yeah, that would be an interesting one to do as well, because you get to grow weed in that one, and make maple syrup. Bloodwolf, welcome. Right now we are in a heated battle. We are in a Honda NSX sandwich right now. Honda NSX in front of us, Honda NSX behind us. And we are in the Opel Astra DTM. Mentrix should be here. I know Mentrix loves this car. It's a 2003 version that competed in the 24 Hours of the Nurburgring Nordschleife. Oh, there's 3 NSXs! Oh, that's not good. I need to try to convince the team there's a 12L Suzuka soon. I can use GT2. Oh gosh, GT2s at the Suzuka. I mean, honestly, that's probably how you get like the good multi-class shenanigans there. Because Suzuka's a fairly high downforce track. Like some tracks you get a, you know, similar pace like at Monza or at like Red Bull Ring. You get similar pace between the GT3s and the GT2s. Or at the very least some pace overlap, but at a twistier course like Suzuka, you still have some space with the GT2s to stretch their legs a bit. But they can at least, you know, there's still a solid pace gap. And you got the GT2 mark set up already. Nice. Oh, we're gaining on the leader. Come on. All right, a little bit of a defense there. Little bit of a tap to the rear. We're right in the suck. We are right in the slipstream. Nearly have enough money for the IR fund. Ooh. Is that gonna be a Jasmine project car? Very own My Summer car, but with the American vert car instead of the little Japanese Datsun. Oh, they're gonna be faster than us through the backwards Radeon. Oh, getting a little bit of understeer. Don't quite have nearly enough front downforce for that corner. Come on, can we hold on a second? Break the slipstream. Oh, that was close. That was a really hard fought race right there. Oh my word. And I'm also gonna get the 58 and 61 Plymouth. Ooh. The 58 is a personal favorite of mine. I know it's been popularized by, you know, Christine and then Stephen King and everything. But it is genuinely a gorgeous car. And I really like the look of it. But if we can drive the AMG GT2 in Suzuka, it's a monster. Love that thing. Yeah, I'm hoping for a track, the next batch of the V2.4 races, we get some GT2 multi-class. I have to see if I can't convince someone to make a certain livery for the GT2 mark. The 61 looks like it's kind of a... The 61 is a little iffy on the design. Like later on Plymouths look really good. And like the 50s Plymouths look really good. But like the early 60s look a little bit awkward. At least in my opinion. I am... I am just a guy on the internet, so my opinion matters about more or less the same as some other random guy on the internet. Oh shoot, welcome! Hey, what's going on? Right now, we are driving a Deutsch Touring Meisterschleife, a DTM A race car, the V8 Opel Astra. Yeah, I'll take a look at that after the stream and see what's all there and stuff. But we are absolutely backwards wet Tsukuba. A little bit spicy. Saeed, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We are playing the rival to Gran Turismo, Enthusia Professional Racing. Now this machine, it competed in the German Touring Car Championship, otherwise known as the DTM, from 2000 all the way through 2003 before it was replaced by the Vectra. Yeah, Tsukuba Reverse, it's a tough. This game has reverse versions of both Tsukuba and the Nordschleife. And let me say, reverse Nordschleife is genuinely terrifying. The front is not going to be the easiest, so probably either one or two. Okay. That's not bad, but like you got to look at the cost to repair it and restore it as well. Like that's where some things get a bit pricey. Yeah, Deutsch Tourenwagen Meisterchef. I think that's how you pronounce it. Germans, don't murder me, please. Are the older cars in this game? Yeah, this game came out in the mid-2000s. So you have, you know, modern cars from that time period. You have some classics from the 90s and 80s. A lot of Japanese, you know, a lot of Japanese kind of classics from that time period. And then you have some American and European classics from even earlier than that. Like, I believe last stream that we played this game, we were in the old 60s Shelby Cobra. And that thing was an absolute beast. Gotta find this game now. Yeah, this game is genuinely really fun. Like if you like the Gran Turismo, if you like the Forza games, like, or if you like the early Forza games, this is different enough to stand on its own, but similar enough that you will find enjoyment in the driving, in the competition, in the vehicle handling is genuinely really good. Like honestly, the handling holds up even to this day. Whereas like some of the older Gran Turismo games, all still fun. Definitely feel not quite as like in depth in handling. This is my silver proof for having old cars. Yeah, you get a decent selection. It's a little bit more skewed towards late 90s, early 2000s cars, but you still got some decent stuff from like the 80s. The 70s, and even some of the 60s. Not too many cars from earlier than the 60s, though, I will say. That's the case when I take the AMG GT2. I mean, come on, it's... Yeah, no, if they do GT2 racing for the track endurance races, I'm also going to be in the... I'm either going to be in the AMG or the KTM. Depending on how terrible the AMG is on tires. And it's the same, there's the Forza Bath. Oh, that's a rip. Funny if there was a 93 Ford. I don't think there's a 93... I don't think there's a 93 Ford. There's not too many, like, trucks in this game. You have a few SUVs and vans, but not a whole lot. It's mostly cars, but you do have a 4th generation Mustang Mach 1, the last of the T-Birds. You have the 65 Mustang. What are some other Fords that this game has? You have the 5th generation Mustang as well. So you get a decent selection of Fords. For a Japanese-made game, you get a decent selection of American cars. Like you have the '73 Firebird Trans Am. Like that's not bad. I have some music in my stomach car, and if you want some, maybe I gotta be careful with playing in-game music though, because streaming copyrights are YouTube comes down hard with the ban hammer and everything, so I don't want to get my channel bonked. And then any laps on Bathurst yet. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for after this coming up weekend. Wait, not this weekend, next weekend. I'm waiting for the end of the season to begin doing some Bathurst practice. I'm gonna be kind of no-lifing that quite a bit in my free time, so hopefully I can be good. I'm a little bit worried. Honestly, a pickup would be kind of nice, but you don't really have any trucks here. Mostly vans and SUVs for like the larger size cars. You know, your Land Rovers, your Toyota Land Cruisers, your Chevy Astra vans, all that stuff. What I sent you was helpful. Yes, for calculating the rain. Yes, that was very, very, very helpful. It basically helped me get higher than 10th place at Watkins Glen. As I was kind of figuring out roughly what the percentage chance of rain was, and I'm like, okay. I can get a bit of a spicier setup going on and everything. I haven't really played any driving games except for Need for Speed, and I play it once and never again. Oh, see, I absolutely adore racing and driving games. Especially from the PS2 era. There was so many good games from that time period. Some that kind of fell a little bit below the radar just because there was just so many. But there's a lot of good stuff out there if you depending on what you're interested in. Old and new. Especially if you're into like the emulation and stuff. It really allows you to get like pretty much, you know, a whole smorgasbord, a whole history lesson of the racing games. Another go around a snow runner. Yeah, that one's a pretty fun one as well, I've heard. It's a bit more of a simulation and physics-based mountain climbing, off-roading type of game. I've heard it's quite good. I've not played it, but I've heard it's quite good. Then you have BeamNG as well, which has the really good soft body deformation, which honestly makes like off-roading and trail running and everything really nice. The physics kind of fall apart above like 80 miles an hour, but like in the slower speed stuff, like honestly, it's genuinely really nice. First racing game I remember is F1 2001 for the PS2. Yeah, that one. I've not played any of the PS2 F1 games, because I believe a lot of them were European only based, at least the Sony released ones. We only got the EA F1 Challenge games here, and those were kind of, those weren't quite as good as the EA NASCAR games, so at least in the States, we mainly played the NASCAR, the EA NASCAR games as like our, you know, licensed motorsport game. I gotta try to get my hands on something like that, or worst case scenario, you know, ahoy mateys. Look, if it wasn't sold in the States and I have no good legal means of getting it, then that's, yeah. Otherwise, I do try to actively get, you know, the old disc and everything. Oh! That's a little bit of grass. Do not touch grass in the wet. Pretty good, it's amazing. Well, I mean, I've not played it, so I can only go off of what I've heard online. I know I need to play it. I need to play a lot of games. Alright? There's so many games I need to play. But I am only one man who works a 9 to 5 job, and yeah. Also, what is with the lack of punts in games? Usually they get ignored in favor of the mainline Dodge brand. Easier to license probably as well, because one, Dodge is not defunct, unlike Plymouth. And 2, because the names of the Dodge ones are a little bit more memorable, for lack of better words. But yeah, it is a bit unfortunate. It's the same thing with Pontiac with the GM brands, or Mercury for the Ford brands. Like, you don't really see those all that much in racing games. But, like, there's still a decent selection of cars. I don't like the new F1 games. 2020 is... Yeah, the last one I played was 2013. So... I will admit, I am, you know... I haven't played them in a while. Okay. Yes. Still, if they were 60s or 58 Plymouth is favorite. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't really see them much in racing games, as those were very, very heavy vehicles. Although having something like that in like Car Mechanic Simulator would be pretty cool. Or like a drag racing game with them being a full-size vehicle, you could definitely stuff an absolutely massive supercharged V8 into one of those and use it for like a drag racing, an NHRA game or something. Oh, the F1 game is really not optimized to wheel. That is rough. Cause like honestly, I'd love to try to do like some of the F1 games with wheel and everything. Cause I think, you know, people would, one, because people would tune in to kind of watch F1 games because, hey, look, you have the team management side as well, which keeps it interesting. And 2, like the career mode is genuinely like, you don't really have too many good career modes in a lot of racing sims. Which is unfortunate. Oh, they work, but the force feedback goes off. Yeah, and also you're almost like drifting around the corners in a high downforce car, which doesn't exactly work in real life because you're effectively killing your downforce if you have too high of a slip angle in like a downforce based vehicle like the like your open wheelers and everything. In a low downforce car, you can get the high slip angle and, you know, be fine. But the higher the amount of downforce, at least especially the overbody downforce, as soon as you get sideways, like, you absolutely lose, like, every bit of downforce. Unless your vehicle is literally designed around producing downforce and stability, even when sideways, like your modern rally cars. But what they gain in the ability to do that, they lose in overall aerodynamic efficiency. It's always a little bit of a give and take when developing aero for a car. Like, holy cow, I big props to the people that design, you know, do the aerodynamics for different race cars and everything, and trying to make the vehicle as fast as possible within the rules set of a racing series. Like, holy moly. Like, people like Adrian Newey and that type of stuff, they just really do some crazy stuff. I mean, give me a GT class car and I'm golden. Yeah, for me it's either GT cars or touring cars. I absolutely love racing the lower downforce touring cars as well. Because it's lower power, but you still get a decent amount of mechanical grip. So you can really kind of toss those things around. Oh, that's not gonna make it. Surprisingly it did, okay. Yeah, GT2 is a lot of fun as well. The GT2 class of cars. High power, medium amount of downforce, decent amount of mechanical grip, but still absolutely terrifying. Alright, come on. Here we go, here we go. What actually... Oh gosh, a little bit of understeer there. I apex too early. I apex way too late. It's gonna kill my time. But we're actually quite a ways away from second place. I was expecting to be caught up real quickly here. Right now, the Opel is It was treating us well. It got a little bit unhappy through that corner section there. Yeah, like the GT2 is definitely something to fit you a little bit more. Lower downforce cars in general, it seems. Like, I can be alright in a GT3, but I definitely prefer the lower downforce cars. That's why I like racing the M2 touring cars so much in ACC. Because it is literally just super low power. Basically, it's like a road car with racing slicks. And it's just so much fun to drive. It's a little bean. Although, it gets a little bit dicey on the higher speed tracks. Because the car once you reach it can reach a solid top speed if you give it enough space, but its brakes cannot keep up with it because it's still really close to the road car brakes. Oh, that's entirely wrong. That is entirely wrong. It's also not funny that you can out-drag the KTM. Yeah, the KTM's really good in the corners. Like, it's almost GT3 pace in the corners. But on the straights, it struggles a little bit. I still like the way the KTM drives. Like, it's one of the few mid-engine cars. Like, I genuinely enjoy driving in ACC. So I'm usually more of a front-engine guy. Oh, that's bad. This course is definitely not built for running in reverse. Everything just feels so off. Your braking points for the corners, everything. No way, we can make that up. We can make that up, chat. Like, that's one criticism I will have for the Enthusia gang, is their original circuits feel a little bit awkward running backwards. So some of them really feel awkward running in reverse, and you can tell they were really made with one direction in mind. They were like, well, we need to have a little bit more variety in content, so let's make a reverse version as well. Oh gosh, it feels so weird on the uphill through the cat ears. Like, on the downhill, you can kind of use your car's momentum to help you turn and everything. On the uphill, you gotta balance the power oversteer with the car's natural tendency to understeer. You just brake checked. Stop brake checking me! It is literally a drag race to the line. I did some Barcelona running with a GT2 to manage it 180 miles an hour on the main straight. Very nice. Yeah, it looks like a kitty cat. It's so cute. Like, that's part of why I really like the track as well. And it just has a good variety of corners, and it feels good to drive on. Artificial Ego, welcome! Hope you're doing well today. I'm playing Gran Turismo before now. Nice! Yeah, this game was released as kind of the rival to Gran Turismo 4. And it is really, really fun. Absolutely loving this. I don't remember, what level are we at right now for the Astra? Level 6. Okay, so we got a few races to go. I barely made the corner. Yeah, there is... Oh, gosh. Now I want to see what kind of speed it can reach at, like, Nords. On the main straight there. the Camel Straight at Spa, like, there's some tracks where, like, I just want to see how fast the GT2s can actually go. Welcome, Gamer But Tapes. Faku, hope you're doing good. Hopefully you are, you're feeling alright today. Did the advice I give help with regards to, preventing the grogginess the next day, the pain? Hopefully at least some of it helped a little bit. I know, I have been... I'm feeling way better. Good. Still, make sure you're staying hydrating. Just to help with the recovery as well. Don't worry, I know, I have been an engineering student. I know, I know the lifestyle. Oh gosh, he's sending it on my inside. Power cut, I managed to go 3 kilometers an hour without substrate. It's about 190 miles an hour. Thereabouts. Oh gosh. Alright, we have 2 JGTC cars hounding us for the lead. It's a 3-way battle. Yeah, no, do not mix substances. I do not recommend that. Because holy cow, your body reacting to one is already kind of like, even if you know your limit for one, you know your limit for the other, you might think, oh, I could just, you know, go kind of close to my limit for both. No, because your body just absolutely just breaks. Don't do it. It's why, like, doctors for, like, actual medication and everything are like, alright, don't take this if you're taking this, or this medication as well. Because it could quite literally react to the other medication and cause serious harm. Not with. No. You would not, trust me. Don't do it, man. Camel Straight's 280 and on the bath it's 295. Nord's 300 plus. Jeez. That is fast. GT2s be scary. But honestly, a V2.4 at like Spa with the GT2s and the GT3s sounds like an absolute really fun time. Because you have enough of a downforce difference that for most of the laps the GT3s will be faster by a significant margin. But on the Camel Straight, those GT2s would be an absolute rocket ship. Alright, this is a 4th gear corner. I think that, and maybe like Circuit of the Americas or Silverstone would be really good tracks for a GT3 and GT2 multi-class. Wide enough and with long enough straights to, you know, let the GT2 stretch their legs. But twisty enough that, like, your slowest GT3s and your fastest GT2s wouldn't really be getting into each other all that much. Generally speaking. Honestly, even the Nürburgring GP circuit could be a decent one for the multi-class. Although that one is a little bit on the narrow side, so maybe. Noise in GT2 is mental. Yeah, I am very scared for the Duo Cup race. I'm gonna be in the touring car at the Nordschleife. And Nord's kind of scares me. Like, in, like, the kind of, simcade racers, like Enthusia, Gran Turismo, that type of stuff, I can handle Nord's without too much issue. But, in the, like, the full-on dedicated sims, Nord scares me. Nord's very much scares me. I am not a fan of Nord's. and like full and dedicated sims. Like, I get why people want it because it's the ultimate, like, it's the ultimate driving test and everything. But like, it's just not fun for me. I'm less good at Bathurst and Nord's. I mean, both of them, if you get one foot wrong, is basically race over. But at least with Bathurst, the super tricky part is by itself, and it's only about like half the lap. And the lap is like 2 minutes instead of, what, 8? So it's a lot easier to kind of get down the rhythm of the mountain section and, you know, get some sort of pace down. Nords is very much basically either you drive it for hundreds of hours and slowly get faster, or you just kind of, you know, you get into a flow state and you just, you know, go at around like 85% pace, like it's like a rally car race instead of, you know, an actual circuit race. Like, I do not have the confidence to full send it around Nords. Holy cow, the Nissan though. Like, we're holding off the Supras. But... jeez, that GTR, the JGTC GTR is absolutely gone. Last up I seen on the time trial is 802. Still, like that is basically 4 laps of Bathurst. Thereabouts, right? Like that is 4 laps of Bathurst. Like that is a significant amount of time. Fastest race pace lap is 808. Yeah, I'd probably do like 830, 840. Yeah, 845, yeah. That's probably about where I'd be. Nords is one track that I struggle with a little bit. It is not a track I do well at. I will eventually learn it, cause I'm gonna be, you know, getting into more dedicated sim racing and everything. And I may even start trying to stream some of the sim racing stuff. Like, for example, like iRacing or whatever. If my PC can handle it. Like, that'll be kind of fun. My GT4 time is 9:19. I mean, it's not too bad, honestly. Shows you're a lot more comfortable on the track in the lower downforce cars. Alright, one more lap. We have two JGTC cars absolutely hounding us for the win. Come on. Nice and easy. One more lap. Yeah, I keep seeing them getting closer and closer on the entry of the corners, but we're able to get a little bit more traction out of the corners and through the twisty bits. Fastest M2 is a 925. That's not bad, actually. That's pretty solid. I know I need to practice Nords a lot more. Nords kind of scares me. To be fair, even in Enthusia, Nords kind of scares me a little bit. I'm just glad that the game doesn't have vehicle damage, because holy moly, the number of DNFs I get if there was vehicle damage from racing at Nords would be way too high. There we go. Hey, we're doing sub-minute lap times as well. Bonk. Bonk. Absolutely send it down the inside. I split it in 3 sectors. I'm gonna learn it in sections. Ooh. Yeah, for me, it's probably gonna be about 4 sectors. The GP course, the start of the Nordschleife all the way up to like the first almost hairpin after that high-speed left-hander. And then from there, the kind of downhill back into the forest all the way through Carousel. and then from carousel back to the GP circuit. Is probably how to do it. So one thing I do like about the modern Gran Turismo games is that circuit experience really does help in breaking down the like the track and everything in terms of how to learn it and everything. Mud curve is terrifying though. Are you kidding me? Okay, I guess another Tsukuba race. Unless you guys really want Nordschleife backwards. YOLO! Sorry, Zanette, what are we talking about? We are talking about the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and we're going to be driving it backwards now. Mud Curver is the corner that is almost flat. But you lift just slightly. I'm trying to remember where exactly that one is. Oh gosh, it looks so weird backwards. Oh, this looks so weird backwards. Right before carousel. Oh yes, I know that one. Yep. Mud curve. Okay. Yeah, the number of times I've failed a gold attempt at a GT4 license test there is way too high. I think our gear ratio might be a bit too short. Our gear ratio is definitely too short. Holy moly! Okay, that is not a just lift corner. You have to brake there. You gotta brake there too. Okay, wow. I know nothing about backwards Nords. I know absolutely nothing about backwards Nords. Jaden, welcome. Our gear ratio is way too short. But that's alright. We are now in the twistier section of Nords. The backwards version, and this feels so weird. Like, holy cow. Boy, I was still alongside you. Alright, come on. We gotta get past the F1. It's got a lot more power than us on the straights, but it does not have the downforce. There we go. Okay, there's a position. Once I move through my curve at 45-degree angle. Oh gosh. Just full speed Tokyo drifting it through there. Oh, that's a... Okay. Thank you, Invisible Wall, for not... See, this is why you don't drive certain circuits backwards. Yes, this is Nürburgring. But the game, the psychotic game, allows you to race it backwards. And needless to say, I do not remember how to drive it backwards. Alright, come on. Holy moly. Yeah, this everything is wrong. Where you apex is wrong. I am in the Opel Astra DTM. The 2003 version that competed in the 24 hours of the Nordschleife. And it is a decent car. Like, it feels quite nice to drive, but it's a little bit off the pace of some of the JGTC cars, the Japanese Grand Touring cars. Oh boy. Yeah, it is a fairly... It's a nice car though. I love racing the DTM cars. I wish DTM was more popular, like back when there was, you know, the actual unique touring cars and not just the GT3 series. Yeah, there's a few in the street stock. Ooh, where is here? Probably not the States because we never got the Opels outside of the Opel GT in the States. Before Skyline once I did a 720 degrees spin and stopped 3 inches before the wall. Oh gosh, that sounds deadly. If I know some German just because of the motorsport. Honestly, that's the fun part about it as well, is you do kind of begin learning a little bit of language from, like, reading up on some of, like, the other racing series or listening to, like, some of their broadcasts and stuff like that. It is kind of fun. I'm in South America, Argentina. Hey, nice! Another South American bro. We got quite a few that watch the stream. We have Game Over Tapes and 4GT GT that are both also in South America as well. It's like more European style cars. Yeah, like this is really cool looking. Let me go in third person view for just a little bit, as we're in a higher speed section that I can kind of vibe in for a little bit. And like, oh my gosh, like this car looks genuinely gorgeous. It's a shame DTM is only GT3 series now. It would have been cool if they adopted like the Australian supercars format, but for like, you know, your Mercedes, your Volvos and stuff like that. Like that would be sweet. Welcome Reggie, doing pretty good with the driving skills. I've been... You saw nothing. Hey, backwards nords is not a track I'm particularly good at. But thank you. Save up a lot of time. We will see about that. Perfect timing, I know. Come on, can we at least get fourth? If we get fourth, I will take that as acceptable. Right to the line, holy moly. In fact, it used to be a Euro Supercar Championship. Yeah, it was what, like the European V8 Championship or something like that? You guys had a Chrysler 300C there, which was really, really cool. Yeah, we didn't get any points that race for upgrading the car. Kind of figured. But yeah, like if they went to that format, like I think that would be really, really cool. Alright, back to Tsukuba. The downside is there's only 4 racing circuits that the racecars can race on. I wish there was a little bit more, or at least that let you drive on some of the street circuits in the game, because that would be really, really cool. Unofficial Eagles from Argentina and you're from Chile. Yeah, and Faku is also South American. So that's 3 of you now. Isaac Umber is big with the South Americans. Let's go. It's weird, the forward version of the tracks it's a lot easier to kind of memorize your breaking point because you've driven it so many times in other racing games and everything. But the reverse versions, you're like, wait, like monkey brain can't process. How do I do this? Alright, I wanna see if we can't run lower than a 54. Like usually, like a lot of the time attack cars go for like, you know, sub-minute lap times. That's kind of like the big barrier at Tsukuba in order to get, you know, like to be considered a fast car. So I want to see how fast a dedicated touring car can go. I know some of the Le Mans prototype cars around here can get into the 40s very easily, but I want to see what a touring car, a very high grade, basically GT car, but called a touring car, can do. At the 300C, the E series, Jaguar XFR, CTSV. Yeah, I wish there was more English broadcasts of that. I've only seen like one or two, cause like the cars sounded and looked amazing. The racing was pretty solid too, despite it being a quote-unquote gentleman's league or whatever. Like, imagine getting like dedicated pro drivers and having that be like, you know, a European touring car championship or whatever. Like you have your smaller 2-liter, you know, TCR type of series, but then you also have your big V8 luxury saloon type of vehicle. Like that would be so cool. I believe there was an Audi at one point as well for the European V8 series. I'm pretty sure there was an Audi anyway. So I remember the Audi being featured in like Grid Autosport. Unless that one was fictional. And they just did a really good job of replicating what an Audi V8 touring car would look like. There we go, nice and smooth through the twisty bits. Though it's Tsukuba, it's all twisty bits. Gosh, this track is so much fun to race on. When I was a kid, I didn't really like it as much, so I'm like, oh, it's kind of a boring, short, flat circuit with lots of hairpins. But like, as I've gotten older, like, the genuine, like, good racing that can happen here is really, really fun. Plus, also, the short laps mean it's really easy to learn, so everyone is going to be at, you know, a very high level of speed here. Mercedes is the best sounding car on the grid. Yeah, to be fair, the CTSV also sounded really good. Or that LS-derived V8. I just love Tsukuba because it's the father of time attack. That is true too. I know I said it before, but like honestly, I'd love for Formula E to go to Tsukuba. You know, dedicated racing track with lots of history. That's tight enough for the cars to really, really, you know, not feel like they have to be in a slipstream battle the entire race, like some other racing circuits. But still wide enough that you can get some good side-by-side action. And grass runoffs, which is a rarity in Formula E. That was a close second. The XFR case sounded pretty bad. Yeah, that one wasn't all that great. I personally love the CTSV though. That one. To be fair, we got something similar here in the States with the Pirelli Challenge. I forget what class it was, but we had a CTSV there. You can race that version of the CTSV in iRacing as well. And it is really, really cool. It's an old car though. Like, is Pirelli Challenge still around? I remember it used to be really, really big, being shown on like the Speed Network and everything. Getting to see kind of like the smaller production-based touring cars, like your Honda Civics, and then you have your you know, your Ford Mustangs, your CTSVs, your Volvos, and all that stuff, and kind of like the higher level classes. And it was all just really, really cool. Because they put on some decent racing, although it wasn't as popular as the American Le Mans series and that type of stuff. Like the early 2000s, while you had multiple different racing series, like road racing series in the States, they all had their own kind of charm and really, you know, managed to stand out from each other. You had the Grand Am with the Daytona Prototypes racing, and the American Le Mans series with, you know, the full-fledged, you know, LMP1s at the time racing at, like, you know, Long Beach and Lime Rock Park and all that stuff. Like, it was crazy. I kind of hope we get more of, like, the WEC only manufacturers maybe dipping their toes in, like, an IMSA race or two. That would honestly be really, really fun. Like, even if they're only doing, like, 24 hours of Daytona for the Prestige or Sebring or something like that. Like, that would be so cool. Like, seeing Ferrari in IMSA. You probably won't see, like, Peugeot in IMSA because, you know, you don't really have too many French manufacturers here. But hey, we're getting Seat in, we're getting Seat in the TCR class of the Michelin Pilot Challenge, so, you know, never say never. Yeah, the Dutch Supercar Challenge. Ooh. So what series, what classes are running that? And I imagine they run at, you know, Zandvoort as well as TT Assen. Is that how you pronounce it? Assen? The MotoGP track, basically. I imagine they race there because that track is fairly high grade, good facilities and everything for car racing. Where else would they race? It's always funny though, you see like, oh, this is like the Spanish regional championship, and like half the races are like, oh, we're also going to France and Portugal, and you're like, okay, so granted it's predominantly Spanish, but like it's still kind of funny. Like we're going to Jerez, we're going to Valencia, we're going to Barcelona, we're going to Jarama, like Jarama? I forget that one. And then it's like, oh yeah, we're also going to Portimao and Paul Ricard, or if not Paul Ricard, like Magny-Cours and stuff like that. And you're like, okay. So not only the Spanish tracks. So you got GT, Super Sport 1, Super Sport 2, Sport 1 and Sport 2. Okay, so what kind of like, what cars are included? Just so I have an idea of like what to expect. What kind of cars are included in each of those classes? Like I imagine GT is like your GT3s. Because every nation at this point basically has a regional GT3 championship. But what are the other classes? There we go, there's a level up. I was hoping to do a forward run of the Nordschleife sometime in this car, but I guess we don't get that option. I'll see if I can't do one more race in this, if we do get the option of a forward Nordschleife. We don't. Okay. So instead, we're going to be switching the vehicle now to the compact car. And we're about to see what our options are. Oh, we have one option. The Mitsubishi Colt. Absolutely adorable little compact car. A lot of different colors available as well. Deep pink metallic. Yes. It's only an automatic. That's kind of gross. That is kind of gross. Like, oh boy. That is... Oh boy. Well, I mean, it's pink. Let's at least get it a little bit sportier. Lower this down a little bit. We're gonna stiffen the rear some. Get a little bit. We want to get a little bit of that oversteer. That way we can really chuck it into the corners. A little bit of diff lock. That way we can pull out of the slides and everything. Let's see what we can do. We don't even get to change our gears. So GT is basically the M63 Super Trofeo and the Pragas. Okay, so kind of GT3s. Some like GT2-esque vehicles. Get some, you know, your one make series cars. Interesting. All right. And then the Pragas, which are basically kind of like an LMP4 type of vehicle. The Pragas is so cool though. I wish we got them in the States. Seeing them on like track days and everything would be really, really awesome. Oh, so much power. Right, this thing's got, I think this one has the CVT, doesn't it? Oh gosh, it does have the CVT. It's painful. CP Sport are the TC GT4. Okay, so they're a combined class as well, and then you have like your TC America basically cars for a Super Sport 2. So your M2s, your Mini Coopers, that type of stuff. Oh gosh. This is painful. Make it end. Chat. Make it end. Welcome, Petra. I don't know if you want to play the GTA clones like that based on the movies like Scuffle about the Godfather. Maybe. Maybe. I want to at least play through all of the GTA games first. And then maybe some more like the other Rockstar games like Bully as well. But then after that, yeah, I'm definitely open to play through like the GTA clones. And maybe even like, you know, your Scarface, Godfather and all that stuff as well. But it depends entirely on what all comes out and how long and how much time I spend on like other games too. Like I want to play like, you know, Scarface and Godfather, but they're a little bit lower on my priority list than like some of the other GTA clones. Like I really want to play like Mafia and like the Saints Row games. Oh gosh, this thing does not handle well. And the sport class are all the low power BMWs like the E46. Okay. So they're a little bit more kind of like road car based type vehicles. Interesting, that's a decent spread then. Though that's gotta be, if they're all racing on track at the same time, that has gotta be absolute chaos. Especially a track like Zandvoort where even with the upgrades to grade 1 spec, it is no, not the M3 GTR, like the standard road car version of the E46, so the inline 6 and everything. Oh my gosh. This thing is terrible. Oh, why would anyone ever want to try to race an automatic? Although, honestly, through the higher speed corners, we are keeping up with the Alfa Romeo. So I'm quite impressed with that. Oh, but you can't really use the lower gears and everything in order to really kind of pull out of the corners. You can't short shift to get more traction. He was stuck with whatever the car thinks you deserve. And that is kind of painful. Oh, man. Cool thing about this car, though, this car, at least some of the manufacturing for this car, was actually done in the Netherlands. I'm reading this now. Apparently, it was made, some of it was made in the Netherlands, which is really cool. So, Bloodwolf, I have you to blame for this car. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. And it is the super light class, which is the LMP3s, and then the super light division, which is... Whoa, what is the Norma 20 FC? I gotta look that up after this race. Norma 20 FC. Then you also have the Radicals. Yeah, the Radicals are super nice. Hello, welcome to Lion. Hope you're well. Right now, we just got done racing the Opel Astra DTM, and now we are in the little CVT gear-trained Mitsubishi Colt, the Z30 chassis. And holy cow, this is painful. Chat, this is painful. Bit funny with the name situation. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How is it funny? I'm scared. Oh gosh. Hey, we at least beat the Honda Fit in the Corolla. I'm hoping this is a very quick car to level up. I'm hoping this is a very quick car to level up. It's not gonna be a quick car to level up. We're gonna be in pain. We are gonna be in pain. Ooh. That's the 20 FC. Very nice. Yeah, that looks really cool. But yeah, most days everyone calls me the Lion, some pennies to it. Wasn't it how it's pronounced? How do you pronounce your name? Alright, I need a little bit more. I need a bit more rear spring rate. Stream's good to listen. Oh, thank you! Glad I can provide a nice kind of soothing, relaxing stream and everything. We do not have many good races. Alright, we got a race at Autumn Hill. The Japanese car limited race. Oh boy. Oh man, this thing... Oh gosh. The thing is, it was later. You did later have an automated manual transmission. The 6-speed transmission. It's just, the version in this game is the one with the CVT. Why would it be a CVT? It's a low-powered LMP3. Ooh. Honestly, that sounds like it'd be fun to race, though. Like, good amount of downforce, some power, but not enough to, like, really be, you know, scary. You know, a little bit of downforce and everything. Very lightweight. Like, honestly, I bet the racing in those is, like, really, really good. Oh, gosh, this thing... CVT is the worst. You know what, we made the car pink, we kind of deserve it. Pink Vitz meet pink Colt. Only 750 kilograms. Holy cow, they're tiny! They're tiny! I want to drive one now. Like, that sounds like it'd be an absolute blast around, like, some of the twistier circuits. Like, holy moly, that would be really, really good. Just, you know, having a little bit of the faith in the downforce to carry you through the corners. Having just enough power to, like, really, really get up to speed and everything. Plenty of, decent amount of mechanical grip as well. Like, yes, please. I want to try one out. Someone If there's a good AC mod for that, Assetto Corsa mod for that, like for the like off-season Assetto Corsa weekly races for track, like that would be a genuinely fun car to drive around like a technical track like and there's a Bentley and the M6 driving too. Oh, the Bentley GT3 and the M6 GT3. Nice. Let me check. Yeah, if there's a good mod for that in a Assetto Corsa, like running that as like one of the AC weekly races during the off season would be kind of fun actually. You know, one make decent amount of downforce on like a tight technical track. Maybe like TT Assen or maybe like what would be another good kind of European track to run like those cars on. Maybe Donington Park? There is one. Ooh. That would be kind of a fun one to do. Zone. Oh gosh, that thing would get beached on the curbs though, wouldn't it? Like I'd imagine most LMPs would do quite poorly at Zolder because of the high curbing. But I guess it'd make the circuit a little bit tighter. Zandvoort would be a solid track as well. Apparently the online in GTA 4 is still online, at least with consoles. Yeah, it's been like that for a while. And I think there are mods for online for GTA 4 for PC. I'm not too sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was. Like fan servers and all that stuff. It would make sense if there was. Yeah, Zandvoort would be a solid one. Honestly, I know it's not European, but Laguna Sega or like Lime Rock would be kind of fun too. To drive those things. What else? What else would be a good track? Tsukuba as well, but I imagine people kind of have a bit of Tsukuba fatigue in track. With quite a few races in iRacing having been done at Tsukuba. Alright, there we go. This should give us a couple of upgrades to make the car at least a little bit competitive. This thing is not a quick car. This one's even lighter than the other one. It's got 260 horsepower, 570 kilograms. Holy cow. Yeah, that would be fun. Like that's what I kind of want to do more for like the Assetto Corsa races, is some of like one make races in very kind of lightweight track oriented cars, like your Caterham 7s, your Radicals, your these little 20s, the smaller LMP3s, like that kind of stuff. Maybe like an Aerial Atom or a BAC Mono as well. Like those would be pretty fun to duke it out with. Ooh, all right, we have a mountain duel against the Toyota Ist, otherwise known as the Scion XA in the States. Two tiny hatchbacks dueling up a mountain. Come on, CVT. That's one of the benefits, though, of the CVT, is at least because the game doesn't really simulate the slip that the rubber band transmission has, or the overheating. So your car is pretty much always in the power band in the simulations, which is kind of fun. Nice and easy through the twisties. Alright, back again to the left. There we go. 260 kilometers an hour, so it's around like 135, 140 miles an hour. Somewhere on that range. So yeah, probably a smaller, tighter track. Like maybe like Donington Park or like Zandvoort or you know, those types of tracks, you know, much tighter, twistier tracks would probably suit the car a lot better than. That way it's not just bouncing off the rev limiter on some of the larger tracks. Yeah, Oldham Park, Cadwell. Cadwell would be crazy in those things. Oldham Park would be genuinely fun, especially if you had the version without the chicanes. The full circuit without the chicanes would be pretty cool in those. Though, good luck finding places to pass. Again, Laguna Seca would be a great place for that car. Valencia, Misano, both of those. Most of your MotoGP tracks would be pretty good. Yes! Dude, literally, I know the stream is a bit delayed for chat, but the fact that I started talking about Valencia as, like, you typed it in is amazing. Valencia, Misano, some of the other tighter, you know, MotoGP tracks. Phillip Island would be kind of pretty cool in that. Honestly, Phillip Island would be a solid one for the car, too. Because I know there's a pretty solid Phillip Island mod for ACC. Not ACC, regular Assetto Corsa. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Alright, come on. Little bit of speed, almost to the top of the mountain. The little CVT powered Colt. Gosh, this thing is not particularly quick. Mugello would be an alright one, although I'd imagine those things would quite literally be at their top speed well before the end of the start-finish straight. The twistier section there would be really, really fun in them. The straight would be a little bit tough. Ooh, Brands Hatch Indy wouldn't be too bad. Brands Hatch Long, they'd probably be topping out at the top speed close to the end of the back straight. But everywhere else, like, it'd be really, really good racing. Bruno, ooh. Bruno would be good. Most would be good. Hungaroring would be pretty solid. Honestly. Decent amount of twistiness. That's like all straights. That is like all straights. They would absolutely, they would blow up their engines before the first lap was done there. What would be good tracks for those to race on? Think about falling asleep, but I want to introduce you to everyone after the stream. That's alright. You can introduce me in the morning if need be. It's no big deal, no issue there. Sasha, ooh, yes. Sasha would be good. Barbara Motorsports Park in the States, that one would be a good one for, that one would be a really, really good one for the little track car. That's going on. I can only chat for like 10 minutes. Nah, that's all good. I appreciate you watching, man. Hopefully you have a great day at school tomorrow. Oh my gosh, we're keeping up with the Nissan Stage A. At least until after the hairpin. After the hairpin, it's gonna be gone. After the hairpin, it is gonna be gone. Road Atlanta. Ooh, Road Atlanta wouldn't be too bad. Actually, it'll be a little bit long, but like not terribly long. But that would be a fun one. Road Atlanta would be a fun one. What other good ones would there be? My mind is currently drawing a blank. But yeah, there's some solid tracks that car would do well on. But like, yeah, that would be a fun like an AC weekly race. I know one I really want to do is Mini Miglia's at Thruxton, or if not Thruxton, then the Goodwood circuit. Both of those I think would be really fun. Monaco, holy cow, Monaco would be crazy with some people. Sugo would be good though. Sportsland Sugo. What's some other good ones? My mind is only going to like the big tracks right now, and I'm like, no, I want the smaller, twistier tracks. Ooh, oh, what is it? There's a Spanish resort track as well. That was in Gran Turismo 6. Ascari Race Resort. That one would be good. That one would be so good. It's a long track, but like, it would do well for the car. Lime Rock would be fun. Lime Rock would be really fun. Honestly, Long Beach would be kind of fun too in that. Long Beach would be quite interesting in that. What else? Ooh, if we're going, I don't think there's a mod for it yet, but if there's a Chinese track, Zhuhai would be a pretty good one as well. That one's tight and tight going off that I think the car would, would be, quite good one. I don't know, there's lots of good tracks. There's plenty of good tracks. My mind is just blanking on a couple of them right now. But yeah, like there would be quite a few good options, I think. Another cool one, another cool race would be the little Daihatsu midget truck. In the at Tsukuba, as a reference to the best motoring race, but instead of having it be one lap, have it be like a 30-minute, two 30-minute sprint races. That would be kind of fun. Motorland Aragon. Yes. Like there is a lot of good tracks. Oh, what's that one smaller Italian track that's already in the base game of Assetto Corsa? That one wouldn't be too bad either. I forget what that one's called, but the smaller Italian track, not Vallelujah, but the other smaller Italian track. Oh, what is it called? That one would be really, really cool. Oh gosh, this thing. This thing is pain. CVTs are pain. There we go, across the line. Oh gosh, this thing, absolutely, there is no joy in this car. Majon, yes, that one. Not Imola, definitely not Imola. The smaller one. I'd remember Imola. I have Imola. I remember Imola. I would never forget Imola. One, because that track has always been very difficult for me. So it's just a very, very tricky track. And also because, I mean, it is, you know, legendary in terms of motorsport. Alright. We're starting to get the little courts a little bit more leveled up. Like over 10 Italian tracks. Yeah, but it's one of the Italian tracks that's in base, like it's not a mod, it's in base Assetto Corsa. And it's like the second track you go to in the game's quote-unquote career mode. You know what I'm talking about though. Because I, like that one. Where you do the time trial in the Giulia, the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's in base game Assetto Corsa, and it's like the second one you go to in the career mode. That one would be a pretty good one for the little prototypes to race on. Be chaos, but Macau. Ooh. Unironically, if there's a mod for the Formula 3 car and a mod for Macau, I'd be down to have like a track Macau T3. Like that would be kind of fun. Like in GT3s, the cars are too heavy and too big, but in Formula 3s, they're small enough that like you can actually have some decent, you know, decent racing and everything. And also with it being, you know, kind of based off of like an IRL like race as well, you probably get a decent amount of interest for it too. Because I know the Macau mod and Assetto Corsa is genuinely quite good as well. So if there's like a Formula 3, or even if you want to go like one stage lower, just to make it a bit easier for the drivers, a Formula 4 there, like, nah, Macau and the LMDH hypercars. Bruh, you crazy. Macau and the F1 car. Gosh, no. Gosh, no. Absolutely not. Rebel X20, no. No. But yeah, there's quite a few that I'd be kind of cool to try out in like the AC weekly events. I'm probably not gonna do too many this off season just because I want to be prepared for the 24-hour race. But like the next off season, I want to do some. I'd be down to do some during the off season just to maintain, just to be a bit on the sharper side. Alright, one more lap. Come on, big push. Big push in the little court. Macau and NASCARs. Oh gosh. Okay, unironically though, Lausitz's Ring Oval in the Euro NASCARs, or if not the Euro NASCARs, the like the mod, like the next gen NASCARs, if there's a mod for it. Unironically, that would be fun. Lausitz's Ring Oval in the American NASCARs. Let's do it. Let's do it. Make it happen. Ooh. And if there's a mod for it, if there was a good mod for it, Rockingham, UK, in the American NASCARs as well. I know kart raced there like once or twice for the ovals, but I wanna see. Modern Trans Am Championship. Yeah, I think they're not quite doing like the full like championships in a set of course anymore. I think they're kind of more so moving it to like making it a weekly thing, like a varies per week. That way you keep the retention high as people come and go doing like different stuff and everything. It doesn't quote unquote get stale. There we go. More level ups. At least it's quick to level up. Because this thing, oh, it is a little bit painful. It is a little bit painful to drive. But it is what it is. Alright, what is the next race we can do? Off the bit though. I hope you have a great night, Blow Off. I hope you have a great night, rest well. Definitely. Alright, racing on the kitty cat. Oh gosh, we're gonna get absolutely demolished in the Mitsubishi Colt. We are gonna get demolished. Oh, come on! We're struggling! Go faster! We're going full throttle and we're barely able to go past them on the banked oval section. Or the cat's face. Oh gosh. Even when it's upgraded, it sounds kind of weak. But hey, this will be one more car closer to getting every car to level 10. So I am all for it. I am all for it. Come on. Push. Gosh, this is so corny. A little tiny economy car racing at what would essentially be like almost a grade 1 track, like a massive, you know, GT racing circuit. But it's kind of funny too, like, I would unironically watch, like, you know, small bean cars racing at tracks like this. It's kind of fun. Trying to find the braking point there because the car doesn't really have a whole lot of speed. Is a little bit interesting. What car am I in currently? I am in the Mitsubishi Colt. It's making about 100 horsepower, and it's got a CVT transmission, and it is interesting, shall we say. I'm slowly getting the hang of driving the CVT car. Trying to prevent it from bouncing off the rev limiter when the tires spin. That way I can get the good turning, because you don't want your fronts to slip too much. Because then you'll understeer, you'll push wide, and you lose momentum. And you need momentum in this car. You cannot go without momentum in this car. Because holy cow, without momentum, you become a sitting duck. There we go. Nice and smooth. I do wonder what its top speed is, though. I think right now it's more aerodynamically limited and power limited than gearing limited. Because we're doing 120 and we're not even close to the red line. Which is kind of interesting. We will never know what its top speed is. Alright, we have the old Lancia Stratos behind us. The 70s Italian rocket ship with a Ferrari engine. Absolutely beautiful beast of a car behind us. And we're in the little pink bean. We're in the little pink bean. Imagine the Colt with the little tires doing 115. Yeah, exactly. Like, this thing's gotta have, like, what? Size 14, size 15-inch rims. Little itty-bitty tires. Super narrow as well. Like, the amount of heat those things must be, you know, getting. Absolutely ridiculous. Sorry about that. Had to tickle my throat. I'm good. Absolutely ridiculous. It's such an adorable little car, though. But it's the fact that they added us in a racing game is a little bit interesting, you know. Because, like, you don't really think Mitsubishi Colt, at least not this version of the Colt, when you think of, you know, sporty or fast vehicles. That's kind of the joy of the game as well. You're getting to drive some of the slower cars that you wouldn't get to drive in any other racing game. Like, honestly, it's kind of fun. Come on, couple more corners. Gotta hold up the Lancia Stratos. Alright, through the backwards radio now. Don't even need to lift. Car's got plenty of grip. There we go. And across the line. And luckily you only lost 1 point for an off-course excursion. Ooh. Alright, one more race and this thing will be able to level up. Let's go. Let's go. It's got like a robot so you can do a Richard Hammond. Not necessarily. It's just a very, very slow car. Alright, we got one more race. The Japanese car limited race at Autumn Hill. Let's do well here. Little drink of water. 2, 1. Alright, let's go. Challenge, win a championship with the Rover. And we do have a couple Land Rovers here. But if we're talking about like the Rover as a company, there are no Rovers. There's only Land Rovers. But we have won quite a few races in the Land Rovers. Believe it or not, the multi-purpose cars, once you begin upgrading them, actually get quite quick. Because they have the four-wheel drive systems and very wide tires. So they already have a large amount of mechanical grip. They're just very heavy, but because the weight reduction upgrades are based off of a percentage of the vehicle's weight, the larger the vehicle, the more speed it gains by getting the weight reduction. So that way, like, the multi-purpose cars in, like, the later stages of the upgrade path are genuinely very, very quick. Terrifyingly quick, honestly. Like, you could put Japanese sports cars to shame in a Chevy Astro van. Like, it is crazy what you can do with that. Okay, what anybody says, if Fiat Panda 4x4 is actually both a good car and a good off-road car. I mean, it's a cute car. You'd be hard-pressed to find me calling most Fiats good cars. But most Fiats are good-looking cars, at least. They are very cute cars. Alright, come on. Nice and easy. Honestly, this thing's got a decent amount of grip to it now. Like before, when we first started out, this thing was an understeer menace. Now it actually drives quite nicely. It actually drives quite nicely. It's that little bumper, see you while you're bouncing on a traveling range with these big bumpers who just terminate the dirt. Plus, it also depends on like the ride height and the ground clearance as well. The lightweight little Fiat, depending on how its drivetrain is set up, not gonna be too bad. Depends on if you're like in more so like mud, or if you're kind of like looser, kind of like sand or dirt. Those older Toyota Land Cruisers though, those things, and some of those manual Subarus, like the Subaru Outbacks or the Subaru Legacy wagons, are genuinely pretty good. Look at ground clearance for the size of the tires. Yeah, but it's still like fairly small. a medium trail or whatever wouldn't be too bad. But like any sort of like climbing, it wouldn't do too well. But on like dirt roads, like I trust it to get me there safely without like getting stuck or anything like that. There we go. Smooth through the tunnel. So like anyone gets stuck. Maybe. It doesn't have a lot of power either. So it's one of those things where it'll do decently. But there were some things that just having a larger vehicle with more power will be able to do a lot better. It's all about finding that right amount of balance between getting that power, getting that traction, but not being too heavy that you begin sinking. It's tough. It's tough to build an off-road vehicle. Quite a lot of engineering goes into it. Alright, come on. Apparently the older one didn't have a button for 4x4s. Oh yeah, it had the locking front differential. Mm-hmm. Or was it the wheel hubs? Either locking wheel hubs or the locking differential. One or the other, because the Geo Tracker had the locking wheel hubs. And that was interesting. You had to get out of the vehicle in the winter time and get under the car and lock them that way. It's an adorable car though, the little Geo Tracker. I miss that. I miss it so much. Yeah, our ranking number decreases a little bit. That's alright. Alright, let's see what our next vehicle is gonna be. The medium sedan and wagons. Alright, we have two options. We have the Nissan Stage A, and we have the Legacy. So let us... pull up the random number generator. There we go. If it is a 1, it is going to be the Nissan. If it is a 2, it's going to be the Subaru. It is a 1. Let's go. The Nissan Stage A. Said that cars like that don't really come no more. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, they don't really sell all that well. Want to get it into silica brass? Because that honestly looks pretty good on Nissans of that time period. Honestly, I like that generation of the Stage A as well. Oh, Stage EA. Stage EA. I'm sorry. Whoops. Yeah, this is the second generation. I looked up how to pronounce it. I'm like, is that really how you pronounce it? What car do you consider the biggest flop? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Because depends on what you consider a flop. If you're looking at sales figures versus reputation versus a lot of other stuff. It's interesting. I don't know. Biggest flop. I mean, you have a couple of contenders, right? You have the Ford Pinto, which, you know, let them die in the fire, Response: in a way, reputation and sales are on the same path. You think that, but the PT Cruiser nowadays has an absolutely terrible reputation, but it still sold a lot of units. Like, by all measures, the PT Cruiser was quite successful in sales. It just didn't... People didn't really like it later on, when the veneer wore off. The people were initially clamoring to buy one, like holy moly. Whereas you have other cars that didn't really sell well, but nowadays have like a cult following, and are genuinely seen as pretty alright vehicles, just, you know, either wrong place, wrong time, or, you know, all that stuff. Because technically, from the sales perspective, the Jaguar XJ220 was a massive flop because people didn't like the fact that it didn't have the V12 that was initially promised. Instead it had the turbocharged V6. So it is... But nowadays, like, the Jaguar XJ220 is sort of as, you know, an underrated gem. That just unfortunately got overshadowed by other supercars and hypercars of the 90s, like the McLaren F1 and the Bugatti EB110. So it's... It is difficult. You could say the DeLorean because it didn't have the performance numbers, it didn't sell well. And even nowadays, it's still remembered as kind of an unreliable car that the owner got busted for being entrapped into the drug trade. But, like, the DeLorean is an instantly recognizable vehicle that has literal movie stardom with the Back to the Future movies. So would that still be a flop? It's one of those things where there's a lot of factors involved in it, in terms of considering what is a flop. Best marketing ever is the Mercedes in Africa. It was simple to maintain. Ooh, I wish I had that in the States. Simple to maintain Mercedes. But yeah, having vehicles for like the different terrains as well makes sense. You know, so different markets liking different vehicles as well. Like, for example, Buick. Like, in the States, we don't really, like, buy Buick all that much. It's kind of seen as more of, like, an old person's car. But in China, it's kind of, you know, it's seen as, like, you know, affordable luxury American cars. So, like, the Chinese middle class absolutely loves Buicks. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Yeah, but it's a bit difficult. It'd be difficult to determine like what's considered a flop as well. Like there's so many factors. Nature isn't a flop everywhere else it is. Yeah, like it's the different markets and the different cultures play a big role as well. Europe can't have cars like that because they half their continent. European problems. No, honestly, for a while, most Buicks were just Opels in Europe. I'm gonna bed very soon, so I can introduce him. That's alright, you can introduce me in the morning, it's perfectly fine. Hope you have a great night. Hope you rest well. But yeah, like figuring out what was like the biggest of the flops is very tough. Because then you have others that were both a commercial and technical kind of failure. Things like the Pontiac Aztec. But it was also a little bit ahead of its time because it did kind of predict the market move to, you know, the mid-size the compact SUVs. People ask who you are, just tell them a person about it. Okay. Fair enough. There we go. Alright, so the car still has a little bit of understeer. So I'm gonna try to stiffen up the rear just a little bit. U. V. W. Oh, alright. Little bit rough race there. Another way, off-road cripping uses a race car, but this isn't a flop. Yeah, it's difficult to determine that. Alright, we need a little bit more. There we go. That should make it a little bit spicy. Which I need because this thing is an absolute, like, this thing is chunky. Like this thing is like almost, like, this thing is over 3,000 pounds. It is a heavy car. But like, it's not bad. On the top of that, Nissan is like my room. How's it like your room? Is it big? Oh, in terms of volume. You could live in the Nissan. Honestly, this is quite nice. Very good power. We have the VQ series of engines powering this thing. I believe this is the the turbo VQ, I think. I have to double check. I may have misread the spec sheet. In the back it looks like a Volvo. Yeah, it kind of has a little bit of that that Volvo wagon aesthetic. From the front it kind of has that early mid-2000s Nissan Maxima look. I will say though, it's got some solid straight line speed. Alright, so this only has the 5-speed automatic. So this isn't the all-tech version, which is a bit unfortunate because the all-tech version was like the high-performance version. That one came with the 6-speed manual. It was basically a Skyline, a GTR wagon. Hello, welcome, Mr. Midnight. Hope you're doing well. Right now, we are at Speediopolis Ring, trying to hold off the Mitsubishi Impreza WRX STI in a wagon. We are dragging the wagon. V6 versus Boxer 4. Ravens up versus the Bengals. Ooh, that one touchdown. This probably got to be what, fourth quarter? Very close, I imagine, to the end of the game. Best of luck to the Ravens. Go home team. Go home team. I gotta shave. I absolutely need to shave. Just under 6 minutes left in the fourth. Oh boy. So still a decent amount of time left. Is this game gonna overtime? Yeah, it seems like a fairly high not super high scoring, but like a moderately high scoring game. With both teams doing quite a bit. GG to GG. But holy moly. That's the thing, I honestly, like, no matter who wins, I love close races, I love close games and everything. It's just really, really fun. It's just really, really fun to see, like, the, you know, the anticipation and everything. I don't like, you know, races or, you know, games with foregone conclusions. Like, I like having close battles, or at the very least, you know, battles that are close enough to keep me honest. No mistakes or anything like that. I've really gotten into racing. I mean, do some things here and there in the games, but I'm more into like other types of the big games. Understandable. Rhino racing isn't quite for everybody. It's got a very high barrier to entry in terms of kind of understanding a lot of the history, a lot of the technical aspects behind it and everything. But it's a lot of fun. I quite like motorsport. What's up? Welcome Reality Quotient. Hope you're doing well. We are speedying on the Speedyapolis ring against a Subaru in a Nissan wagon. I don't get an Android phone tablet next year. Yeah, I'm looking at I don't know. My phones last me quite a bit. I want to keep my phone for a while. I'm a type that basically uses phones until they break, and then I'm like, all right, give me another, you know, and it would be like quite a few years before that happens. Sorry, I'm late. So oh no. Hope you're feeling alright, Adachi. If you need to, like, I definitely recommend you know, you can definitely, you know, go rest, go get some sleep and everything. Especially if you've been out, you know, quite late or whatever, or, you know, been doing quite a bit. Like, definitely make sure you take care of yourself and all that. Things are pretty calm here, so, you know, if you wanna just vibe and everything, like, you know, I totally understand that. Looks cool, but I have to choose type of motorsport. It's gotta be rally F1. Both those are alright. Honestly though, I do recommend some of your shorter touring car races as well, as those are usually filled with a lot more like the high intense wheel-to-wheel action and everything, so it's a bit easier to kind of ease yourself into. Like, I recommend, because they uploaded on YouTube, I recommend looking up the IMSA Miata, the Miata Cup Challenge from the IMSA races. Because those are about hour long. It's a spec series, so all the cars are equal. But like, because of that, the cars are always like trading positions, trading paint, back and forth and everything. Like, I do recommend that. Easy access, good racing, all that stuff. My phone is almost 6 years old and it's on its third battery. Yeah, my phone is a couple years old, but thankfully no major repairs. It needed a new SIM card because the old one started to go up, but otherwise, it's been doing me well. Half from riding the bus all day. Oh, big trips, a lot of errands you needed to run and everything. Yeah, I know, it's funny. I kind of prefer driving over public transport. Cause it just seems, I don't know, I get more tired easily when I'm not driving. Even when I'm riding in other people's cars, like, that's why on road trips I generally prefer to be the driver, because otherwise I start to doze off and I'm like, no, I want to stay awake. Whereas when I'm driving, like, I feel like I'm a lot more alert, I have energy and everything, and so it's more fun than like sleeping and missing most of the road trip. Wasn't even my latest model when it was new. Yeah, it's kind of the same for me. Like my phone is like one of the Samsung A series, and it's like it was kind of like on its way out when I got it. Game's tied. Ooh, let's battle then. GG. Not too much time left. Probably about what, like 2 minutes? Thereabouts. 2-3 minutes. Somewhere in that range. That's a public transport thing. I'm lucky that these days most of us can do is cover with the bicycle. Yeah, it depends on where you are though. Some places you don't really get that option. You have to go the longer distances and everything. Depends on where you are and where you need to go to. 537. Oh gosh. Okay. Right, I gotta remember there's like, you know, they're probably trying to extend as much as possible. All the timeouts and everything. Trying to break the opponent's flows, all that stuff. I forgot how often the clock stops in a football game. It could be 5 minutes left and it's really 30 minutes left in the game. England's gotta pick. Well, it's over. It's Jover. It is Jover. Yeah, rip. Jover is super fitting. Yeah, cause Joe Flacco. Oh, Joe Burrow. Right. Is Joe Flacco even on the Ravens still? Shows just how long I've been away from like watching football. Joe Burrow. So it is extra Jover then. My team was leading. Joe Flacco's on the Colts now. Oh man. That's rough. My team was leading 0-1 and ended up buttering and losing 2-2. Oh, rip. That just be how it goes though. Oh gosh. Alright, that was bad. We almost ended up in the wall. Also, the ruling was changed to an incomplete pass, so the Ravens have the ball. Oh, okay. So it's not fully Jover, but it was very close to Jover. Come on, Ravens, at least score like a field goal or something, right? Now it's already like the main season for the football season, right? The NFL season. It's already the main season, right? I think. Yeah, it's November. Oh gosh, I can't believe it's November already. I swear, like this year has gone by way too quickly. Like, it feels like not that long ago. It was back in May. Like, I feel like the entire summer I was just kind of in a bit of a haze. Just with everything going on. Holy cow. Honestly, even like the early part of the year, like it was like just everything went by so quickly. Like it is genuinely scary how quick this year went by. The fact that I'm also coming up on... Wait, no. I've been streaming for 2 years now. I've been streaming for 2 years now. That is crazy. So much has happened in those 2 years. Oh my word. When you're having fun, times get out of the way to pass 10 times faster. Oh, I wish I was having fun. This year was rough. This year was very rough. Time flies when you're either having fun or trying to survive. One or the other. It's been a crazy year. Hopefully next year is a lot better. I'm hoping 2025 is a better year for me. 2024 has been, it's been interesting. It has been very interesting. But hey, there's been some good stuff in 2024 as well. You know, lots of good, you know, memories of family and everything. Lots of good, you know, so some good memories. But yeah, I definitely didn't escape this year without a few scars. So yeah. Oof. Honestly though, the Stagia actually feels Stagia? Probably Stagia. The Stagia actually feels really good. Really good to drive on like some of the bumpy roads. Like, it doesn't feel like the rear wants to snap out for me. Like it feels like it's got a decent amount of mechanical grip, but it's still got the soft suspension. It kind of leans through the corners and everything. It does suffer from a little bit of understeer though, like you saw there. But like, honestly, we're doing quite well in this car. Alright, come on, not too much longer before the end of the race. Yeah, soon, not next week, but the week after, I intend to begin our playthrough of GTA 4, and then eventually episodes from Liberty City to GTA 4, then Lost in the Damned, and then the Ballad of Gay Tony. So that is gonna be a lot of fun. And then GTA 5. And then, hopefully by then, GTA 6 is out. I am, holy cow. It feels so weird. Will I do it on console? GTA 6, yes, so I will need a capture card for that. GTA 4, I will be trying to do the PC port. I've heard on modern consoles, or not modern PCs, it's actually not too bad. But on like the older PCs, it's a bit on the rough side. Holy cow, this thing's got some decent speed. Like, we're doing 150 miles an hour. Almost 160 miles an hour in a station wagon, absolutely hauling butt around the green hell. I talked to my friends that found you joining. I think something bad was gonna happen because you're an adult on a server is younger than 18. Oh, okay. I gotta be a little bit careful then, but that's fine. GTA 6 will be out in 2027. Oh my word. I hope not. I mean, either way though, I will be, you know, streaming at least something GTA-ish related, either GTA clone or like another Rockstar game or whatever, until GTA 6 comes out. I want to get an Android tablet to get all the old Angry Birds games. Ooh, that'd be kind of fun. Get a tablet so you can get like all of that. I wonder if there's a way to emulate them on like PC, like a laptop as well. For bike costs $20 for rusty, $100 for a good one. And it's soon to be winter. Yeah, yeah. The northern U.S. you guys get like crazy amounts of snow as well. So it is not fun for y'all. You have the electric scooter as well, but it's, you know, again, kind of difficult. Get the blue sacks. Okay. Most of they say a joke, so if something's reduced, it's a joke. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I also didn't realize the Dachi was a mod. Yeah, I made a Dachi mod as earlier this week. It was interesting. There was someone that had a bunch of alternate accounts, like so many alternate accounts, and they all joined the stream and then just started spamming chat with random gibberish. And I couldn't keep up with that and also playing the game. So when Adachi joined, I made a mod. I may try getting one more mod as well for the streams, and maybe one mod for the Discord as well. I'll have to think about that for a little bit, and how I wanna go about doing that. But yeah, that'll be the plan. Yeah, no, it was bad. It was so bad. Like, I think if you watch the VOD, like, within, like, 5 minutes, like, it's just constant, like, 5-10 minutes, it's just constant spam. So, managed to get that sorted. But anyway, you have a great night, Web. Hope you have a great night. Hope you have fun at school tomorrow. I have some experience. Ooh. Alright. I'll have to consider that then. Like I said, I'll have to see what kind of, like, application process I'll have to do for mods and stuff like that. Baku, welcome! Hope you're well. Right now, we are back in Autumn Mountain in the beautiful Nissan Stagia station wagon. Yeah, bike in Northern America is very difficult. But yeah, like that's the other thing as well. Like, people are like, just get a bike. Some areas, it's genuinely very difficult to use a bike, partially due to infrastructure, partially due to weather. Like, people were like, just dress warmer. That doesn't make a bike able to ride around in the snow. Trust me. But yeah, it's like people going, oh, you're you know, in like super northern Greenland. Why don't you just become vegan? Like, yeah, you're gonna go farming in Greenland. Sure. Ravens take the lead. Oh wow. All right, good luck, Ravens. I wish we had more small cars for sale in the States. Like, as much as people memed on a smart car, like, if they had a version of that that was less expensive, that was just kind of like an affordable economy option for people just to get from point A to point B, like, that would be genuinely really, really nice as well. Like, we kind of don't really get too many, like, small economy cars anymore. I wish we did. Because right now, used car prices are also rising, and I'm like, oh man. Yeah, in the US and Canada, we get real bad snow. Like I am about like midway between like the north and the south in the US, and I'm on the East Coast. And while we don't get snow, we get freezing rain. All right, and that makes the roads like really dangerous. But you just go one state north, Pennsylvania, and like especially like western Pennsylvania, like in the mountain regions, in the winter times, you'll see like multiple feet of snow at times, and you're like, oh, all right, I have to try to get to college through this. Some Bender cars for like 10 grand. Yeah, like it's just ridiculous. Hopefully the market corrects itself soon, because that being said, I have no intention of selling my Corolla anytime soon. Yeah, unless the college shuts down. But even then, like, it's one of those things where, like, as long as you stay on the main roads in Pennsylvania, it wasn't too bad. But like you get to like some of the smaller side roads, and you're like, oh, nope, can't go down there. Yeah, it's definitely a geography problem for sure. Also, because the US is absolutely huge with a lot of like, you know, cheap land. You know, a lot of cheap land and everything, so we kind of build outwards instead of upwards. We get the urban sprawl and everything. Because on one hand, you know, it's cheaper to do that way, and it allows people to kind of curate, you know, what kind of culture, what kind of neighborhood they want to live in and everything. On the other hand, it does lead to a bit more of a, you know, car-dependent society and all that stuff. Ups and downs with both, genuinely. Though it would be nice if we did have some at least high-speed rail along like the East Coast. East Coast, and then like around like the Gulf of Mexico region. Like I think that's populous enough. They could get some genuinely solid high-speed rail there and make it economically viable. Here the end metal walls and construction sites, so people don't see that there's no construction going. Yeah, here in the States it's chain link fences. Enough to keep people out, but if people want to watch, like, yeah, you can watch from a safe distance, I guess. No, there was genuinely, though, I knew some people in high school that were genuine, like, construction machine enthusiasts. One of them works as a service tech for Caterpillar now, actually, as a service technician for Caterpillar. But it's kind of funny though. Like he would literally like on his free time go to like construction sites and be like watching the big machines and everything. They did construction here with no fences. It's usually YOLO. YOLO. I think we got time for 2 more races. I think it's got time for 2 more races. Let's do the Pacific Gateway race here. This has been a while since we've raced at Pacific Gateway. And then maybe 1 more race after that. Before we end this stream, because it is starting to get late. I can go into the building being worked on, I have to watch out for the bricks. Yeah, in certain areas, they're a bit more lax of safety than others. It depends on the contractors doing the construction as well, and the size of the construction. Like, it's gonna be like larger buildings or like office buildings and everything. How late is it there? It's about half till midnight. Like it's 11:30. They were thereabouts. So probably do 2 more races, end the stream, shave, do the dishes, maybe edit another car picture from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So I got a bunch of those I want to edit and kind of do like different things on and everything. And then head to bed. Safety is only a feature. Come on, come on. Honestly though, this track is genuinely very pretty. You got some greenery, you got the city sections, lots of elevation change. Like this is a really fun track. Absolutely love racing here. Although the Stagia does not quite like racing here. It does understeer just a little bit. But it's got that straight line speed to make up for it. House with water, you don't call the fire brigade, you call the Coast Guard. So honest question, DeLion. In Europe, do you guys have sump pumps for your basements? Because apparently in some parts of the world, you guys have basements, but like no sump pumps to help prevent like flooding and everything, which is really interesting. I think Joe Brrr is gonna pop off in the last minute. Oh no. Is it down to a minute left in the game? Dang, we've done so many races in a span of 5 minutes apparently. Like it's crazy just how much the clock stops in an NFL game. You're like, oh okay, you know, it's, you know, only so many quarters of, you know, this small amount of time. You're like, you know what, that's not too bad. And then like it actually happens and you're like, oh my gosh. This is a long game. Ghost Rider. Was there ever a Ghost Rider video game? Honestly, like, that would make a pretty cool, like, almost hack and slash open world GTA-esque game for, like, a Ghost Rider game. That would be really, really cool. No, one year my basement filled with water, another day they started putting cement to stop the water from getting in. They even called people to add some of the metal things. Oh, like the French drains and stuff. Honestly, I'm surprised you guys don't have sub pumps then. They're especially here in Maryland, because Maryland is a lot of like swampland and everything. At least along the Chesapeake Bay. You need that those sub pumps in order to even have a basement. Just metal things get the water out. Might be something worth looking into then, depending on how frequently it floods. Are those for the PS2, the PSP, and the GBA? It's like, God of War clone. Makes sense then. God of War kind of, you know, has kind of the similar like hack and slash styling and everything. Interesting, interesting. Might be worth playing then. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be an interesting game to play. Although right now I already have a massive backlog of racing games, so Nah, I better Bose left the window. Window left open for freshening or doing a lot. Oh, so the rain got in, that's how it flooded. My backlog is massive. My backlog, I did the calculations. I have over 120 games currently in my backlog. And that's ignoring games I want to revisit to do like self-imposed challenges. That's ignoring that. That's ignoring mods as well for games we've played. Like, holy moly. The backlog is so big. I'm kinda scared. If you played one game a day, you could finish it in a year. Thereabouts, yeah. But it takes a while to get through some of these games, especially like the RPGs. Some of those take quite a bit. Oh, what would be a good final race? Yes, Mirage Crossing. An old rally car versus a modern station wagon. How many RPGs do you have? That's a good question. I don't know, the RPG backlog is a bit smaller, but I'm a lot more open to suggestions. I know after Thousand Year Door, we're gonna switch to doing challenge runs for Wednesdays. For at least like a game or two, maybe 3. And then going back to some RPGs, just because, I'll be honest, I'm getting a little bit burnt out on RPGs. And also, as we're heading into the winter, I've noticed my voice, after the surgery, it does not handle winter well. So I'll be, yeah, it'll be interesting. I do not recommend Persona 1, 2, or 5. Oh, ironically, I've played Persona 5. I quite like 5. Well, to be fair, I played 5, Royal. I do not recommend Mario RPG. Really? Why not? I've heard Mario RPG is pretty solid. Oh, Vanilla 5, yeah. I've heard Vanilla 5 is kind of rough. I played Royal though. Royal was genuinely really, really good. That's the thing though, I've already played through 3, 4, and 5. That was bad. I did it dumb. I was looking at chat. I was looking at chat. Okay, that doesn't count. We're doing one more race. And play the OG, do the remake. Okay. I was looking at chat. I hit the one thing you could hit. I hit the one thing you could hit on the track. Oh, I'm an idiot. This is why you don't reach. This is why you don't read chat and drive. We made him lose the race. Nah, it's fine. I thought, oh, I'm on like the super long straight. I could just vibe. I look back over, there's a pole. You're not safe even on the straights. No. You are not safe even on the straights. Ah, Bergenstructure. Bengals missed a 2-point conversion. Ooh. So who's leading then? Does that mean the Ravens are leading? I recommend Rune Factory 4. So what games do you recommend then? What are some good, like, positive recommendations? Send some memes to you I made during some digital moments. Yeah, definitely. I'm also tempted on 2nd. Oh boy. So they're really doing a Hail Mary then. I want my heads up. Who in VC if you footage want to say hi? Okay. I might, depending on how late it is. But anyway, hope you have a great night with. Oh, this track is like the tracks in this game are genuinely beautiful. So Chrono Cross is a good recommendation. Okay. I do know where I can get the disc for that. So that'll be an interesting playthrough. I know I've heard Final Fantasy, even the old PS1 era Final Fantasy VII is a really good one. I know there was some action RPGs that'd be kind of fun to play on stream. I've already played through the Mass Effect games so much, so I'm not gonna do those. 7 takes forever. Yeah, I've heard it's three separate discs. But like, that'd be kind of a fun one. I think I was fun on one side. So it's over then. It's over. Saga Frontier. Ooh. Interesting, interesting. How many Final Fantasy have they released with the PS1? I don't know. I think at least 5, 6, and 7, right? Maybe 8? There was a lot of there was 9 Final Fantasies. Oh no, are you recommending Final Fantasy 9? Oh no, they made 9 Final Fantasy for the PS1. Holy cow. Dang. So 10 was the first one on the PS2. Interesting. 10 is on the PS2, 12 was on the PS2, and 11 is an MMO. The rest are ports. I don't know, I gotta find some other good RPGs. I've heard Baldur's Gate is genuinely pretty good as well, Baldur's Gate 3. And since I already have a decent amount of knowledge of like D&D, that would honestly be kind of a fun. That would be kind of a fun playthrough. Vagrant Story is good. Ooh. Vagrant Story would be an interesting one. Problem is that a lot of Final RPGs are long. Final Fantasy VII would take you months. I mean, that's fine. What I do then, for the longer ones, is play through an RPG, then take a little bit of a break, do a couple, like, you know, challenge runs of games and everything, then do another, like, RPG, kind of almost alternate it. Because I do genuinely like playing RPGs, but I also get a little bit burnt out from them from time to time, so I'm like, I don't want to just have Wednesday be RPGs and stuff like that. The Golden Saucer event would take weeks. That's where the trope name comes from! That's where the trope name comes from. Getting sidetracked by the Golden Saucer. It comes from Star Ocean 3. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. That is where the trope. For those of you unaware, there is a website. Oh no, sorry, the Golden Saucer event in Final Fantasy VII. Okay. Star Ocean is the casino and bunny races. Like bunny girl races or just bunny races? Now I want to see bunny girl races. Bunny races. Oh no. Literal bunny races. Ah, there we go. I mean, let's put it this way. I have been playing Enthusia Professional Racing on and off for 2 years, and I've been enjoying it. So, you know, like, I can do long games. It's just one of those ones where, like, the RPGs, going from, like, long game to long game definitely takes a while. For those of you that are unaware, I'll do one more race so I can explain this. TV Tropes is a website where it lists different tropes and examples of the tropes, as well as, like, for example, pieces of media and what tropes apply to it. Now, tropes are basically not quite cliches, but like different types of tools writers use, a little shorthand, literary kind of beats almost, in order to help kind of create, you know, to help them kind of create their stories, create their worlds and everything like that. Believe it or not, there's now a TV Tropes page for Enthusia Professional Racing. But honestly, you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to see an Isaac Umbras TV Tropes page. web original or web video Isaac Umbras. I'd have to make sure I don't edit the page myself though, because I don't want to, like, it would be like other people editing it. Wait, they spun. Like, Lana from Discord couldn't make it. They could, but like, you know, I don't want to like ask. It'd be basically like, it'd be one of those things where, like, you know how like all the Hololive members and like some other like larger indie VTubers have a page. Like, that would honestly be kind of cool to, you know, eventually get big enough to have a page of my own. Like, they're like, yes, people get to associate tropes with me. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I like editing more of like the niche racing game ones under a different account over there. Like, there's a Midnight Club one, there's a Tokyo Extreme Racer one. There's even a juiced one now as well. That one needs a little bit of love. I need to edit that one a bit, probably. It's a shame I never got a chance to play Juiced on stream. The PS2 version on the emulator, both disc format and the ISO format, absolutely, like, the emulator can't handle it for some reason. It can handle Gran Turismo 4 perfectly fine. It can't handle Juiced of all games, which is really, really strange. But it is what it is. Oh my gosh, we are absolutely smoking a TVR. This is the power of all-wheel drive. The sheer amount of grip that this car has is absolutely insane. We're able to out-accelerate it out of the tight corners. And our soft suspension allows us to take lots of curb on the chicane. Going down the Korean shorts is a rabbit hole. Uh-oh. I'm not too familiar with Korean culture. What's the Korean shorts? Ooh, easy. Femboys, Dark Lore, Tiger Moms. Dark Lore. Alright, I want to know more about the Dark Lore. I know vaguely about Femboys, and I know about Tiger Moms. The Tiger Moms are like the educational, like the super education, get an A or don't come home type parents. Pokemon. Based. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. I wanna be the very best. Oh gosh, the cobblestones. The cobblestones are super slippery. The cobblestones are so slippery. Like there is just no grip them. You gotta brake a lot earlier, especially in the wet. Like the other parts, that's a cool thing as well. You can kind of feel the traction change a little bit depending on what surface you're on. Like I have to go slower on the wood section here, and especially on the crosswalk, not the crosswalk, the cobblestones. I will post the original in the Discord, but the thumbnail was spicy. Oh no. One also has a hamster and a G-string. All right. Is that a real one, not a cartoon one? Like a hamster-sized G-string or like a human-sized G-string? Like these are the questions you gotta ask now. I'm curious. Literal hamster. Oh my gosh. Hamster size. Oh my gosh. The poor hamster. It doesn't know. It doesn't know. It doesn't know. Oh, no. Oh, and the hamster was giving super chats to dudes. Damn, how does the hamster have money for that? Oh my word. That is... I have no words for that. That is... It just works. Alright, Todd Howard. It just works. My word. There we go. Another level up on the car. Give me some more upgrades. Nice. Ooh. Very, very nice. Alright, I'm gonna be ending the stream here, though. It is getting very late. It is almost midnight. And I have work in the morning, as I need to try to get more stuff done. So thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Let me know when doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm close I can fix in the future. With that being said, I'm Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, what time it is for you, may it be a great time, and I will see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care everybody. Bye bye.